What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. It's Asad here from Platinum Remaps. What we're going to be doing today is we are going to be starting part one of a multiple part series reviewing diagnostic tools, scanners, how useful they are, how easy they are to use, and whether I recommend them for professional or even DIY use. So yeah, we're going to start today with a Launch X431 Mini Pro. Now this is something I've been using for quite a while, along with many other tools, but yeah, we'll get straight into it. If you have any questions, please comment down below. If you like our content so far and you want to keep up to date with us, please like, subscribe and turn on notifications. And yeah, thanks for all the support so far. So what we have here today is the Launch X431 Pros Mini. This is one of the diagnostic scanner tools by Launch. It's, I believe, produced for the Asian market, but can be used worldwide. Now, when we received this, we've been using this for about a year and a half now, and when we received it, it came in a box, and inside that box was this box. It's a case with the tool itself and all the cables. So let me open this up and show you exactly what you get, because I put the tool back in there just for this video's purpose. Okay, so this is what the inside of the case looks like. Starts with registration and warranty documents. You use this paper here to register your product and the updates you get with it. So I got 2 years free updates with this, which was really good compared to other tools. We've got a bunch of other connectors for special diagnostic ports. If you look here, we've got Toyota 17, 22, Chrysler 6, Honda 3, we've got the GM VAZ 12, we've got the Mercedes-Benz 38 and the BMW 20 connector, along with an extension cable for the Eobd, which I have never used, and a power cable. Now this is the tool itself. Very handy, could easily be used with one hand. We've got a hand grip here. We've got a port for the Bluetooth Eobd adapter, which is very good. I've already sort of made it my own. It runs on Android operating system. Now Android is used very commonly for diagnostic tools nowadays. This has very basic apps on there. Never had to use any of them apart from the actual Launch app. So if we go straight into it, I'll show you what the home screen looks like. So yeah, here's the home screen for the app. It's fully up to date. I've done the latest updates very recently. Very simple to use. The user interface is very friendly. Now we are going to start by going through the coverage that this tool covers. I mean the coverage of makes and models. Then we're going to go into special functions, how to update, and yeah, what I generally think of this tool. Okay, let's get straight into it. So when starting off, everybody always picks obviously what vehicle it is, and then goes from there. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be doing the testing and diagnostics on my Ford Transit Courier, which is, as you know, our work vehicle, and yeah, show you exactly all the features it has and what it can do. So if we go to diagnose, you can see here it has sections and subsections. So we have the American makes, we have European makes. It's got quite a few actually. We're actually in Europe, so it's very handy for us. We have Asian makes and Chinese, which I believe should be in the Asian side, but they got their own section. Now they got quite a few here. Okay, so let's go to, normally I just keep it on all. We have an Eobd function for basic scanning and data requests. What we normally go, so let's say we are Ford, which this vehicle is. It tells you what the latest update involved. It tells you if there's any bugs that have been fixed. For example, for Ford's update on the Launch, which is version 48.65, says it added the function of modular initialization, reset the knock sensor learn values and more. It's optimized the special functions of the PATS, which is the passive anti-theft system. We also got optimized basic functions for Ford Kuga, Ford New Kuga, Continental, Fusion, F-150, MKZ, Fiesta, Focus, EcoSport and more models. Now it tells you exactly what functions have been added with the most recent update, if there's any bugs that have been fixed, and yeah, it goes through it. Normally, well, I don't really bother looking at this page because I go straight to submit, and it's searching for a Bluetooth connector now, the Eobd connector. Right now I still haven't even plugged it in, it's still in the top of the tool, so let me show you exactly how this works. So let's put that there for now. Let's pull out the Eobd connector and I'm going to plug it in. Just give me one moment. Once you plug in this Bluetooth connector, you hear a little beep beep, which tells us that it's connected, and at the same time you'll see, okay, it's picked up the Bluetooth connector. Now we have a few options here: automatically search, manually select, we can reset the service, the key fob, and we can go straight into the diesel engine systems test. Now we're going to go to automatically search, set ignition switch to on, position 2. Right now our engine is on, so what I'm going to do is switch it off, go straight into position 2 and press OK. So it picks everything up, picks up the VIN automatically, picks up the model year. This is actually a 2021 model, but same thing, same engine, same build. It's Transit Courier, 1.5 litre. Engine type is a dual torque turbo diesel, common rail injection. Fuel type diesel, transmission manual. Is this vehicle information correct? Now, I think I've never had the wrong information come up here, so that actually works out quite good. It tells you information even if you're wondering. So go yes. Now what it does is scans all the modules in the vehicle, and from here what we can do is pick whether we want to select a certain module, which is in the system selection. We can scan and see what modules are equipped to the vehicle. We can go to a health report, which scans every module and tells us if there's any codes within the modules, special functions, module programming and vehicle information. Now for a small tool, which is I'd say in the mid-range price bracket, it's very, let's say, advanced for what it is. It can do quite a few things. It can go into deep data logging, finding faults. Now let's go to health report and I'll show you how it works. This goes through every module. As you can see, it scans the module and see if there's a fault code or not. I don't expect to see any faults, as we're still pretty much in a new van, but let's see what comes up. So before you can see the faults, you have to get to 100%. Here we go, no faults found, luckily. But yeah, so from here we can go into the modules. These are all the modules that are actually equipped on this van. So for Fords, most of you know that PCM power control module is the same as a engine control module. So if we click on enter there, we can see certain things and certain special functions. Now we paid £530 for this actual tool. It was on a special sale down from 600. We've never had any issues with this. Now because this is a tool from Launch Asia, Launch Europe won't give you much support for this tool, but Launch Asia have been very good with any support, updates, login, anything that we needed. They're very quick, so don't be put off buying a tool that's from the Asian market, as long as it's obviously an original tool. Okay, so now we are in the power control module, which is powertrain control module, which is the engine control module. We can see here module information. It tells us all the information we need to know about this module. So module information, the vehicle encode assembly number, the ECU software number, and the ECU hardware. So that's basic information. We can read the fault code, as we know there's none in this module itself. We can clear the memory of the faults, read data stream, special functions, and Eobd function. So in data stream, you can see we have, it's just loading up. We have all these values we can look into and see the current actual data for. For example, if we were trying to see, just as an example, let's pick one, what the engine RPM is showing on the actual powertrain control module. We can click here, which you can also see on the instrument cluster as well. We can see fuel pump percentage, fuel level percentage, bunch of things. So if you're having issues with your engine and you want to look further into it and see, okay, is enough fuel going into the engine, or the injectors pushing the right amount of fuel, you can go into here and see everything you need to. You can see if the fuel pumps are behaving correctly, the voltage of certain parts, to see if it's actually performing correctly. But yeah, so let's go to special functions now. So what we have here is manually reset service. So this particular module of Ford, we cannot reset the service through the computer here. That's because it's a manual reset, meaning you have to do it yourself without a computer. But what it does is it tells you the instructions. So if I click on, hold on, man. If I click on this, it tells you, okay, turn the ignition to on position, press the brake pedal and accelerator pedal, press 2 pedals completely. So it gives you instructions on how to reset the service light. So you don't have to search on YouTube or Google looking for instructions on how to reset the service light. You can just click on this. If it's a computer reset, then it does it here. If it's a manual reset, it will tell you how to do it, which is very useful. Particulate filter static regeneration. So if your DPF is blocked, this tool can regenerate your DPF, whether you are driving, whether you are stationary. It can reset your learned values. This can be used, let's say if you get a DPF cleaned, if you take your DPF off, get it cleaned professionally, you can reset your values here. Yeah, so for special functions on this particular model, there's not much we can do, but they're still very useful functions, which I probably will end up using in the future. Eobd functions, okay, let's check it out. This particular one, this goes into the Eobd system, tells you how many data streams are supported. 136 data streams on this actual vehicle, tells you the VIN, if there's any lights on, any trouble codes in the ECU. So okay, and this is how the Eobd system looks. So Eobd is basically what your 20 to 30 pound scanner will do. It will tell you fault codes as P numbers. It will go through freeze frame data. You can read certain data from the actual modules in ECU, but not too much. So that's pretty much it for the powertrain control module. Very similar with all the other modules. Just wanted to show you how the health report system works. So if we go back, now if we go to special functions now as a whole, it asks you what part of the vehicle do you want to see special functions for. We've seen the powertrain special functions already, so let's click on something like chassis. Do you want braking or steering? Let's click on steering, and it's electronic control. So we can calibrate steering angle sensor, we can pull drift compensation. Very, very useful programs, especially let's say if you are changing sensors, if you're replacing sensors, if you're trying to diagnose sensors, can come in very handy. Yeah, just pretty much the base of it. I'm not doing too much of an in-depth review of how to use, but just what I think of the tool. Now, as you can see, it's very simple to use. It's either back or forward. When I go back, it says do not forget to remove VCI from the vehicle. It'll carry on beeping until you remove it, which is good. If we go back to the main menu now, we can go through special functions. So it has, well, right now it has 11 special functions. We have brake reset, oil reset, SAS reset, battery reset, bleeding, electronic throttle relearn, tire pressure monitor system reset, DPF regeneration, gear learn, immobilizer options, and injector options. A very common one that I actually use in the special functions when I'm working on cars is DPF regen. Now, one thing I've learned from using this tool is not every single vehicle equipped with a DPF DPF can be DPF regenerated via this tool. So there's certain vehicles that are hit and miss. I've had to plug in other tools like dealer level tools, for example, just to get the regen started, because this fails the regen. But it does tell you the prerequisites. So it tells you, let's say I click on DPF regen and I go into it, it will say, okay, you need your engine temperature at this level, you need this and this and this, and it will tell you the specified values it needs to get to and the actual values it's at. So you can go from there, and it won't let you actually start the procedure without reaching those specified values, which is really good. It's very hard to get wrong. I don't think anybody can get this wrong. Yeah, so if we go back into the main menu, we go to remote diagnostics, we can log into our system. If we've added any friends who have launches, friends or garages or workshops that have similar launch tools, we can add them as a friend. We can log into their system and do diagnostics for them, or they can do it for us. Vice versa, we need to have a valid internet connection. That's the main thing. Now, personal center tells you the information about the actual tool itself and subscription. Very basic, but very easy to read and use. Now, I've gone through the basics of the tool with you guys. Let's talk about my actual final opinion on the tool. Now, for what it is, very useful, very easy to use. When I first got the tool, I didn't have to do no research. I just explored the options and it became pretty much straightforward. What else can I say about it? Good price range. So like I said, we bought this for £530. We've had it for a year and a half. We can still sell it for pretty much what we bought it for, because it's such a useful and desired tool. It comes with a bunch of adapters and cables, a case, warranty. We've never had to use the warranty, but it does come with it. Yeah, so in terms of workshop use, very, very good tool. The main reason I bought this tool, as a mobile service, it's very good to have something small but powerful. So that's one of the main reasons I bought this tool. It's my universal go-to tool. So I use this tool as a universal scanner. So let's say I'm working on a Toyota or a Vauxhall or a Mazda, or let's say a Volvo. I can use this tool for all of those. Obviously, when I'm still working on VAG cars or BMWs, I use my dealer level tools like VAGCOM, VCDS, or ISTA. But my go-to tool mainly for basic code scanning and clearing is this Launch X431 Pros Mini. Now, it's good for workshop use. For DIY use, depending on how much you want to spend, people don't really want to spend more than, let's say, £200 for DIY use. It's very, very good. You have all the options there if you need it, and at the same time it does all the basic stuff very easily. I would definitely recommend this for both home use and workshop use. There are a bunch of other tools out there that I wouldn't recommend for home use, but this is one of those ones where it's a good all-rounder. It's a good size. Let's talk about negatives now. Now, one of the negative things about this tool, which I've been affected by over and over and over again, is battery life. Battery life is, I wouldn't say it's poor, but let's say you finish using the tool and you put it away, the battery is draining over time. You have to turn it off, like the whole Android system, turn it off and then turn it back on if you want to preserve battery. So I find myself, let's say, starting a new day, getting to a customer, about to plug my tool in and realize, hold on, I've got no battery, or I'm on 1%. That's happened to me more times than I can count. Whereas other non-Bluetooth devices, where you plug in the Eobd cable that's connected to the device, powers up the device, this doesn't have that function. So it's a pro and con, because the Bluetooth wireless connectivity comes in useful, but then it lacks the power functions of a cabled system. Many functions on this tool that are useful. For example, I pointed out the DPF regen. That's very, very useful. I would definitely use that over and over again. Service reset, whether it's automatic by a computer or manual via you having to input a certain sequence of things on the vehicle. It tells you what to do, which is really good. Code scanning is very good. Resetting codes very good. In terms of in-depth data logging and reading data from the stream itself, very good. Gives you good values, gives you specified values and actual values. So yeah, as a whole, I'd recommend this tool. Like I say, very, very good for good value for money. So yeah, if you're looking to get a all-round scanner, which is also good in size, portable, and doesn't break the bank, then the Launch X431 Pros Mini is a tool for you. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you have any questions about the tool, please comment below, and we're more than happy to help you answer those questions. So yeah, take care. See you next time.